Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Game Testing Unlimited. My name is Wilfred. So in today's video, I'd like to share with you a compilation of the gameplay, me and my wife playing the Hero Siege. There's a quest whereby it's kind of interesting in Act 4. It's a little bit like Diablo 3 because there's a time limit to it. You see the on the top right hand corner there is a little kind of like progress going on, and basically I have to clear the zone before the time runs out. So for those who are new to the game, what you do is that you kind of like take down all the enemies, elite and so on, and as your bar filled up, which is on the top kind of like top part of the UI, you see a boss encounter kind of meter. So once you reach the full, then you can go and spawn the boss and so on and so forth. So it's rather exciting. It's the first time whereby we encounter a quest, there is a time limit to it. So now once the boss encounter meter is filled up, then you go and go to the place whereby you can spawn the boss right here. And after that, the boss is spawned, you try to get it done before the time runs out, and then go to zone 2 as well. So just a little bit of the adventure we play this evening, and also there's a subsequent quest on the Damien, which is the boss of the Act 4. Then after that, we finish the quest, thinking that we just push as far as possible, because this game is like a roguelike kind of game. It's a roguelike, action RPG-ish kind of thing, plus the bullet hell kind of gameplay. So it's a very interesting game. I mean, surprisingly, I think my wife kind of liked this game more than I do, in a way that she always asks me like, could you play like Hero Siege? And I was like, okay. I mean, you guys tune into my channel, you guys know that I play other games as well, like Hellgate London, like It Lurks Below, Diablo 3. So there's quite a few of active game that I'm playing, but my wife always go back to the whole like Hero Siege, like can we play kind of thing. So I think for her the interesting part is that it is a rather simple game. It's not too hardcore, not too taxing. There's only that many ability that you can click through. There's a little bit of like skill tree going on, but there's a lot of things on the screen. You have to avoid this, avoid that kind of thing, and it has sufficient amount of challenge, but yet not too like impossible in a sense. So now the F4 boss, which is called Damien, we actually tried numerous kind of times, but when you first play the boss encounter, you didn't know what to expect, and after you make some mistake. It's a roguelike game, so once both party dies, you basically have to restart again on the map, which is not a big deal. I mean, one map doesn't take that long to clear, to spawn a boss, but it's sort of like you just have to keep learning the boss mechanic and so on. Now this is the second quest whereby you have to use the frail to slay the enemies, 50 of them. So that's what we do. And the map, as you can see, is kind of nice. Every kind of like act has its own characteristic, and the mobs, the map layout, all these are random. So randomness is always kind of fun, because every time when we play the game, it gives you something a little bit different. Sometimes the bosses are on the surface like this one, sometimes the bosses are inside the dungeon. So yeah, I mean, kind of fun in a way. Different boss have a slightly different kind of like a mechanic to it. Some are rather straightforward. So yeah, I mean, and there are a lot of shrines that like special effects. Sometimes they work for you, sometimes they work against you. But it's a little bit like gamble. Before you touch a shrine, you don't know what kind of effect it's going to be, and then once you touch it, it's like, oh, okay, I don't really want that, but it's too late kind of thing. So yep, this is a little bit like a pyramid kind of gameplay, and I think it's just a matter of going through the dungeon, and I've been leveling up to 103. I play many games, but I don't really see that high level before, so it's I guess the motivation is there. You keep progressing, you keep getting gear, and once you kind of learn the mechanic, you keep getting better as well. So now this is the part whereby you can go to spawn the boss, but the boss is actually underneath the dungeon for this one. I think the boss is called Annie, I don't know. And the dungeon always has a little bit of like a mechanic to it, a little bit of puzzle that you need to solve before you spawn the boss. And for this particular one, I think you have to push some of the blocks to sort of like just close off the light itself. So my wife playing the Pyromancer, I'm playing the Necromancer, and we sort of like work together as well. Sometimes we split up to kind of speed things up a little bit. Sometimes we kind of go together. Puzzle wise, we also try to solve together as well. So this game definitely is a lot more fun when you are playing with your family or friends. I can't imagine playing solo though. I mean, you know, when there's no one wrestling you if you make a mistake and so on, that would be kind of like yeah, I mean, you know how roguelike game is like, you know, when you make a mistake, it's like you know, you have to restart from the beginning again. So when you're playing multiplayer, you know, you have each other to look out for and to resurrect if something goes wrong. So now this is the part whereby we had to add for the final boss session, Damien. You know, like I said before, we've done it a couple of times. We always get defeated because of the game mechanic that we were not familiar with. But you know, once you sort of know what's happened, it get a little bit easier, and it's like I think F4 boss is still quite okay. I think the some of the previous acts seems a little bit harder in some sense. And also I think the mobs scale up with you as well, because you know, I don't feel that I don't feel that it's getting easier. it's just constantly hard. So a little bit of skill tree, top up my points, and this is the boss for Damien. It's passed through a little bit of like you know, kind of places, and now this is the part when you spawn the boss. And what came out from it was the wretched kid. So you know, initially me and my wife was like, oh, okay, this boss doesn't seem to do a lot of things. The head came off, and we thought, oh, okay, you know, done, you know, that's it. We were a little bit like happy when we first took it down, but you know, as you can see in just a bit, that wasn't the end of it. So this is the Damien's Rhyme. This is the real deal, the boss itself. So you are on a place, and the head is the Damien's head. It's very important to stay at the bottom left-hand corner of the map, because the map keeps shrinking, and if you are outside of that map, you get one shot basically by it. So your area get a little bit lesser. I'm playing a summoner. A summoner seems to be rather alright, and also I have this special ability, which is the E button there. It does quite a nice kind of AoE. So I'm trying to learn my way as well, because different kind of like bonus ability, like ultimate power, have a different kind of functionality. So this game is pretty straightforward. Left button is just to shoot bullet. You can only have like 4 direction, kind of up, down, left and right kind of shooting. I have the button 1 and 2 for the melee and ranged skeleton. Bottom key number 3 is the AoE kind of like they call it, I think meatball or whatever it is. Number 4 is one of the demon that is pretty big. So that's it. I mean, I have like you know, a minion there, and to tell the number of minion I have is the little yellow dot on top of my hotbar. I thought it's pretty smart, because with the yellow dot I kind of can count and know how many minions I still have alive. Alright, so that is the way to do it. And I was about to tell you that there is a button Q and button E as well. Q is potion that you can use. E is the special power, the kind of like ultimate power that I was talking about. So now from this point onward, it's just to push how far we can go. We haven't been to F5 yet. I don't know whether F5 is part of the base game. It could well be DLC that we have purchased, because you know, during sales, usually the base game is around 90% off. Really worth it to get it. I mean, just less than $1, you can play the base game and try it out yourself, see whether you like it or not. It comes with I think 4 or 5 classes, and then after that you could buy the DLC, which we did during sales. I think about 70% discount. Then we grab all the classes out there and also all the extra ads that there are. So this one of those ads that we have not seen before. It's just purely looking at kind of like where things are. And this is the part 1 of the ad 1. So what we could have done is that we could have gone back town and turn in the quest so that we could take the next bit. But we are not really in a rush, so to speak. I mean, you know, we just want to enjoy the journey, see what's out there, and so on. These are the shrine, by the way. It's a +2 stamina. Not really a lot because I mean, you know, when you get a gear, you get hundreds of stamina, so 2 is not really a lot. But it's just one of those flavor, I guess. You know, you could do this, you could do that. You can see the purple debuff on top of the head is the slow. So when I've been slow, I got a purple debuff. So the game does a really good job in telling you where things are, what they do, and yeah, and that is the boss encounter as well. This is the Pontus the Lard, and I think my wife is kind of not quite used to the damage that's been dealt, or she's still upgrading her gear. I took in quite a lot of stamina kind of gear, so it helps on my hit point. Mine is 966. I'm not sure how much my wife I have, and so on. And puddle on the ground, need not to say it's poison, and poison is not really good. So yeah, and I'm pushing it, and these are the carp, and I think later on you'll see, you know, the underwater world kind of thing. I thought it was quite interesting as well. And yeah, I mean, there are more and more mobs that I have not seen before. There's a quest whereby I have to get a guitar, so I think my wife rushed in to grab the guitar and got like owned by the kind of like on so many mobs out there. But I think Necromancer shape up pretty nicely at the end game. Well, I mean, not really end game, but at a higher level because of the number of minion that Necromancer has. Like I said, I mean, the 3 melee minion skeleton, 2 ranged skeleton, and 1 legion, which is the big black one that is supposed to hit rather hard. But I have to get into the kind of range whereby it will start the aggro and do some stuff here. This is the this is another boss here, Abomination. Yeah, that's fine. And I wasn't sure whether the purple cloud was bad or not, so I was a little bit worried, but it wasn't that. But I mean, you never know, right? This game, first time playing all this stuff here. I think we still have a bit to go. The next bit is the underwater land, which I think is rather nice. I enjoy this bit a lot. These are all fish that has all this like air bubble that is around, and I think this map is as far as we could push without both of us are making mistake. And you know, I think if you are in a party of 4, it probably will get a little bit easier because you can rest each other rather than, you know, I mean, for multiplayer, the game over, all the party has to kind of die and so on. So yeah, these are the fish. I thought it was really pretty. And that is the so-called dungeon. My wife died and get resurrected to a dungeon. Nice. And then after that, at this point, we both scream because it suddenly hit onto us. Like, what on earth are all these things? But yeah, and yeah, another puzzle. This puzzle is rather straightforward. Just to press button or to green. It's not that annoying, which is kind of nice. Because some games tend to be a little bit annoying. +2 strength, again, is not really that like fantastic, but it's just one of those things that we like. It's the dungeon that we play, and so that is the next bit of it. There's a lot of mobs everywhere. It get really kind of like exciting over here because there are just so many things happening on the screen. You try to dodge a little bit like Diablo 3. If you play the Greater Rift or Higher Rift, you try to dodge all the stuff that that get onto you. And I don't know why at this point, what kills a character. I have no idea really. And then I think my wife was trying to rest me, and yeah, that's it. So, but thank you for tuning in, and as and when we hit higher level and more ads, I'll share the more content with you. I hope you enjoy this series as well. We do enjoy playing the Hero Siege a lot. I think at least my wife does. Well, I guess what for giving me a chest when I can't open it. Anyhow, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.